are back. So I'm doing it this route. What we have is we have our Berserker up. And we're going to, as soon as I get back to where I need to be, we're going to go ahead and, where's my channel one here? There it is. We're going to go ahead and take a moment and show you how a persona works. I'm going to open my inventory with the I key on my keyboard. As you can see, I got some pretty cool upgrades here for later on down the road. But we're going to go to the Personas tab, third tab over. Oh, and I can't do it on this without purchasing, and I bet I don't have the Daybreak cash. Because I think the Persona one, so this may not work. I may have to do this another way. Bear with me while I check. Let's see. Yeah, it's 2,500 for a Persona. It won't work on this one because I don't have the ability to use Personas on this character. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and log this one out, Rhynia, and we'll call this one I don't know what we should call this one. I was hoping to change the name. Let's see, RNL M Rhyme, no. Reese? Maybe Reese? Let's see what's taken. So I'm going to actually do this a different way. We're going to go to character select. We're going to create a character. We're going to go gnome. We're at a gnome. Right now it's selected by warrior, so make sure you pay attention. We're going to go enchanter. Gives us all the stuff on the enchanter right here. You know what they use, cloth or wield blunt weapons and daggers, so they wear cloth armors. They're a magic using class, improving minds of their allies with unmatched mana regeneration spells and mental enhancements. Haste spells are a dominion of them. Boost in attack speed for the members of the group, as well as members outside the group by giving it to them. Can take on different forms. That's the one thing. So they can go from a gnome to a froglock to a beast to a vashir. So different ones. Enchanters can call upon powerful charm spells to subjugate the mind of a monster and command it to do the enchanter's bidding. Mesmerize, that's a good one. Mesmerize, temporarily move them from battle. That's a good one to have because then if you have multiple mobs in, then they can take care of that. So they're a powerful class, but they rely on the group or a tank, especially a tank, to help them. So let's get started. We're gonna go, we got Bertox, we got Agnostic. I always like Agnostic for some reason. I never select Brelcirus, I think is a yeah, he's below, so he's kind of the under. Plaguebringer. Always go agnostic on my tunes, generally. Kind of like I am in real life, agnostic. Appearance. We can change up our appearance so we can randomize it. To move it, arrow keys, and then you can get a different angle of the hair. Face, kind of like that hair. We want a hair color, let's say could go a little greener. Face maybe a little bit different. Never did like some of the faces in here. That looks a little, but it is a gnome, so they probably have different. Oh well, that one's not too bad. That one's pretty decent. Eyes, we can change the eye color. We'll accept that. And then we're gonna, I usually do, but we're gonna do Russia. Let's see if that allows me to do it. It'll tell me if that name's taken. Nope, that name's taken. We're gonna start off here. Right now I have my Froglock Shaman sitting in POK waiting for this one to get there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually run these through the tutorial. While that's rolling, I just want to make sure that's loading up. So we're gonna run these two through the actual tutorial in the game. The actual, like if you went to, what is it? Project Quorum or P99, they don't have a tutorial. You're actually just thrown into the world and you have to start leveling that way. That's a little excruciating at times. I'm gonna escape out. Let's see if it let me out. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna escape out of that. Okay. And I'm gonna bring back up the browser in the background. And then, okay, we begin. Gives you the basic movements. To move the mouse forward, look up. Might help scroll in out with the mouse. Space to jump, F9 to change your view. I usually keep it where it is and then I just scroll out. Standard WASD to move. So and then you can bring her back in with the mouse. Move it around. Click OK. Someone's talking to you. Are you ready to continue? This is a lot of this is just explaining. Drag the mouse in the direction, right mouse. And then you can hold both keys, right and left, to move if you want to do that way, or your arrow keys to move right and left, turn right and left and backwards. If you hold the right mouse key down, you can move many ways. Okay, standard movement stuff. Arius is an NPC, non-player character. Click on target Arius by clicking on him. Is what they mean by target, so click on him. Say OK. H key to hail. And in this game, they actually give you the option so you don't have to type it all in. Used to be you had to type all this in. Now it's just kind of easy to say escape. He gives you a quest, pops up. LQ will bring up this window that you've been seeing me work on a lot of. And now I got to go find the Gloomy Deep Jailer. So it looks like the doors open over here. And I've already done this on my Froglock. So Russia, we're gonna say Russia. She's gonna come over here. Oh, look, there's the thing. We're gonna attack. She has, I think, a dagger right now, a little pointy sharp object. She's going to try to channel her inner rogue, target the creature by clicking on it, and she's going to stab it real quick before it has a chance to turn around. And then she's got Arius back there, you know, her tank type to help her as she's standing out. I'm sure Arius is doing most of the damage. Now you take the key. It gets the dialogue gets buried behind, so you can always move the window down for the loot. Okay. And we're going to take the key by clicking the X. And now it says, hey, by pressing the key. What I do, again, inventory, bring it up. You might want to resituate some of your windows while you at it. I always like to start over here with this down here. Gloomy Deep. And then it says we're going to give this to Arius here. And it even tells you I to bring up the inventory window. And your information screen on your character too, so it's really the I for information inventory. Left click like that, we're going to click, it brings up a window like this, and we're going to give. Okay, now it says you finished your first quest, woohoo! That will surely use your up much, the you value your journey, and we'll learn some more as we go. This is standard stuff. We click OK. And he takes us to the next level, and we're now level 2. But we're actually not going to start the tutorial right away. I'm going to run up to POK, get buffed up, show you how it is to run through kind of a power leveling way-ish to power your way through. We're going to do a bunch of the number of the quests like Friznik's trade skill. We're going to collect a bunch of the stuff from Arius, do some Valara stuff. There's a number of quests in here, as you can see. Some of those we're going to hold off on, but we're going to grab the ones we need. That way we can speed through the actual combat portion of the quest before we do the non-combat and don't waste the bus. Okay, we're going to escape north. Oh, and I have my music going, but I don't have my little guy up. My little reindeer. He's loading, it's loading, it's loading. There it is. And he just popped up over there. Okay. Hero's Journey. This is what the one that starts you here in Crescent Ring. We're actually going to ignore this right now. Technically, we're going to ignore it. There's, like I said, there's a little bit of switch I'm doing here. Most of the gear I'm going to get as I'm leveling my Mage Beastie and Berserker combo. I'm going to get a bunch of stuff from that as I level them. Plus, I'm going to do some of the actual other quests that you can do, which is to get gear slots. So if I did this from Franklin Teak, I'm going to get the back, I'm going to get the belt, and I'm going to get the shoulders. So that'll help fill out those slots. Now I won't get the some jewelry and stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to rely on drops hopefully to get that, and sometimes that takes a while to get when you're running it the classic way. If my characters were max level 130 I think it is now, and I had a bunch of plat, I would probably just spend some stuff in the bazaar to gear them out, but I want to try this a little bit different. We're still going to use some of the common gear, the crude, the rough, the ornate, the flawed, things like that to gear them out with. However, we're going to make it a little different. So we're just running back to POK. I think there was probably a simpler way to do it, send me directly to POK. I just keep forgetting to hail the appropriate NPC. I think Arius will send you there. I don't like doing that because I want to come back to tutorial, and I've never really done it that way. I think it's okay. However, be mindful that he may send you there and you might not be able to go back to the tutorial after that. So then you will probably want to run the Crescent Reach run quest to gear yourself out. But we're still going to get achievements, so we're going to run along the wall since we're a big fraidy cat. Look, there's the Namer Plaguebringer. We don't want to aggro him. We're going to come down here, and we're going to go to POK. So when you come out of there, just tug the wall going to the right and run up to the POK stone. As long as you run up a little bit high or high enough on the wall, basically at the plane where you can't go any higher, they won't be able to mess with you. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Actually, oops, somebody gave me some buffs. If you get enough money, you can go over to this guy here. And right now I don't see anything, but because of level and all this stuff. However, this guy will actually will sell you earrings and stuff right here. Something I don't think they really teach. I found out just because somebody told me. I would have never known that, but he actually will give you, as you hit this appropriate level, this guy here will give you some stuff. We are going to hire mercs in the game. I could have grabbed that quest on my way out to save myself some time. I think I'm going to grab a healer. No, I'm going to grab a tank and a... I got the shaman. Shaman will be the slash puller healer for a while until it gets up there. That's the other thing, you gotta think about your group makeup, especially if you're going to use mercs. What kind of mercs you generally want a tank. If you're gonna have a double thing, you don't want a dueling tanks. Might want a healer in there for a short bit. Especially because the shamans, the heals are a little bit less, but I'll show you. So I'm just going to fix some window stuff here really quick. I noticed that's out of whack. And there we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to invite her. And she's been invited to the group by just clicking on her, and on my other screen, generally it's just click invite when they're highlighted. I would just click invite and invite them into the group. And at this point, I'm going to use my beastie and my mage who's on the other screen to go ahead and give them some buffs. And they the guild turned my beastie and that into some different characters. Thought they were being cutesies. Funny peoples. So first of all, we're going to give them some speed buffs. And we're going to go with some region stuff. Some spiritual light. And then my mage, who's a big old eyeball, is going to give him a DS. Oh, she's got to load the proper DS here. Let's see. Shield the lava. 45. That's the max that I'll be able to cast. Anything above that, I would not be able to cast on these guys. That gives her 21 minutes, and let's do this. Let's overwrite the one the nice mage gave me. There we go. Shield lava, 21 minutes. Okay, back to the beastie. So the beastie has done the spiritual light. Let's do some buffs. We're gonna have to do. Oh, we can't on that one because there's two of us. So we'll do some spiritual brawn. If we had a shaman that was high enough already, we could do what they call. Sorry, I'm away from what they call harnessing of spirit. Harnessing a spirit would allow me to cast another HP buff on these characters, but because they're not high enough and beasties don't get a high enough one, we're kind of stuck there. go ahead and heal them up. Okay, now we're going to cast a regen on them. Oh, we can't. That's a little bit higher too. So there are certain buffs we won't be able to cast on them because they're too high. For these low levels, it's buffs are generally 46 and below, if I remember correctly. Anything above that, they will not be able to cast on them. That makes it a little bit difficult. If I was on the other servers, I mean, I could have these guys buffed out and they could go in there. Still right now, as they are, they do a pretty good job damaging, going through, ripping through the tutorial, and then getting a lot of the quests done. And like I said, I want to skip a bunch of the other quests. So what I'm going to ask is see if the guild is willing to help buff them. Okay, I'm just asking them if they can buff them. Let them know they're level 2 respective, and anything 46 or below respectively for buffs. That would be great. If not, what we'll do is we'll camp these out and we'll get started on our journey. And see, this one would help us because it's inner fire, and we need inner fire for abjuration. That's great. Let's do that for now. Oh, let's see if they gave them the names of the characters. We'll just see if anybody's there to buff them. If so, great. If not, we'll just head over to back down to the tutorial, and that's just a matter of, in essence, camping to the character select screen, which I'll show you, and then we will get the option to go to tutorial from there. We'll give them a couple minutes to see if anybody's around. Some of them are out questing, I think. And remember, this is running on YouTube. It's also running in Twitch. Twitch, I don't normally pop up on share or do anything on. I probably should. I just haven't quite figured out how to load up videos up there. But I am live streaming on YouTube if you want to catch me there. Looks like I've already had a couple of views there while live streaming, or at least it shows. So, and you can chat with me in there. I do try to keep the screen in a point where I can see the chat coming in. And then if you chat with me on Twitch, it'll pop up on my screen over on the side. I haven't got it all integrated just yet. Still working all the little nuances out for streaming. See if anybody's responded. Nobody's responded yet. We got 15 minutes on our inner fire. I mean, technically, this kind of gives us what we need. A start. I'm just used to being on the servers where I have all my other characters and you just like buff them and go and just blow through everything. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting. Sometimes it's a waiting game. I don't wait very long because I want to get out there and go. There is a way to get another HP buff on my characters. Like everybody's probably a little preoccupied in the guild. We're gonna hide. We're gonna hide. Check, and we're gonna show. Yeah, and the numbers dwindled a little bit too. So let's Control X camps it down to the character select. You can also do a slash camp like that. Control X is an easy one to remember. We're gonna head to the character select. And I'll keep my other two up, the eyeball and the whatever that is, cat and orchid, just to have them for buffs. Okay, we're back here. We're gonna stay on both of them. Enter tutorial. When this one will become available, when it hasn't been used. Usually at a certain point. And I think everybody get set to Crescent Reach now. But these gnomes would come out of the but my frog lock is up. Gnomes would come out of the Gnome City area, which is I'm drawing a blank on it right now. It'll come back to me, but let's make sure. Okay, they did pop our group out, so we'll have to invite again. While we're inviting, I'm gonna say okay. Here, follow. We're gonna do this really quick. We're gonna hail Arius. Okay, and then you're gonna learn about weapons. Okay, and each one you'll just click the dialogue. When you do it, it'll say you got credit for it, basic training. What we want to do though is I want to follow. So again, follow the froggy, and we're just going to go over here to Raktiz. A lot of times I skip a bunch of this. Cleaning the vermin's nest. Hail. Except I don't know if she will give me them any yet. There is a little delay in this tutorial. At least on this one screen. Okay. So we're gonna kill some rats. And we'll check everything here. Right now we don't have much backspace. I don't have any coin. Remember I said there's another HP buff and they actually give you a starting spell as well. Go to Raitan here. So Raitan this guy right here. You hail him. Read the dialogue. Beneficial spell, a buff for short. They're going to appear in this effect window over here where we see these. If it was a song like a bard, similar to a bard, it would come over here. If you want to, you can. This tell you the name and how long, or you can get a little bit more by right clicking on it. Don't right click, just right click and hold. Don't just right click because that'll remove the spell. And then it tells you more about the duration and everything else on the buff. We respond to his thing. We say blessed. And he gives us a spell. Now we can scribe it this way. And we got a minor illusion. Appear to be a nearby inanimate object. So, and then I showed you how to scribe a spell. The other way you've been watching me do is just right clicking and they will auto appear in your spell book. And then if you just drop it into your inventory, or you buy it and it's in your inventory, you can just, bandolier, you can just right click if it was there and do that. If you need to drop it, you see me left click it. I won't go too much into that now because I have everything. That's what they're talking about here. And then he gives you a buff here. We say buffed, blessed on and then they talk about it using, and then we get a strengthen. Talks about increasing our strength. Then we get a strengthen one here. The same thing. It talks about loading, saving spell sets, right clicking. If you right click, you've seen me do this, you'll see there's a list and you can drop down buffs that way. And then they talk about the mana and everything in there that you need to know. That's this is your mana, the blue bar. This is your endurance. Especially if you're a warrior, a berserker, or a rogue, endurance is going to play a big part in what you do because you don't have a mana bar. Every other class is going to have a mana bar. So the more mana points you have, the better, especially if you're a heavy spell class caster like my mage and the druid. The enchanter will be, wizards are. So you think about some heavy ones. Right click, blah blah blah. Yep. So and task this, so that basic training's been updated. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna give Risa a strength buff and Kirakoof. Whoops, somehow I forgot to follow. Alright, follow. Let's go back to killing rats and bats. Okay, that was just a one swing and done. The wings are important because they're good for recipes, but also for levitate spells. There's a dirty little rat. Oh, and the hell? Damn, my shaman's just knocking him out left and right. And then I'm just checking to make sure I didn't forget anything. And these little rock pile looking things, again, that's an open command /OPEN, or you will find that you can go here and then do open, and you can click on it with the open there. And that brings up a bunch of other loots, kind of similar to what you're already looting from the rats and all that. And your base is part of destroying the vermin. And I'm just keeping an eye on those. There are some namers down here as well, but wow. One and done. I should not be that... Oh, that's right. They're hitting the DS and they're just dying on the DS. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so if you get the High level mage, like mine, you know, not high, but high enough. That DS, when they hit that DS, when they hit that DS, they're instant dead. So you're just running through, tapping them once, and like I said, you're gonna blow through these quests here. Claiming, we already killed the rats. We want to kill the bats, so I need to find some more bats. That guy's an augment guy. I'm not gonna worry about him right now. It says it's not receiving. There is something weird going on. I probably need to reboot. I probably should have rebooted. There's something weird been going on. Plus, I've been playing for a long without rebooting. So right now we're just killing bats. If you can't see this on YouTube, I am on Twitch. Go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna check here. Seems good. Couple more items to open up here. The barrels, you want to open those. So you see I opened it with the froggy. Again, ADV loot. Check to see if there's anything in the barrel. There's like, especially if you're certain classes, there's going to be bows in there, arrows, and you're going to need the arrows for another quest. So loot the arrows. Have everybody do that. You get water. The water's great because then when you're running barrels, you're not actually wasting money later on down the road on foods for a short bit. We're gonna open, and we're done with that task stage. Hopefully it caught her too. If not, I'm gonna have to. Oh, she has to do it herself. Okay. Well, that sucks. I thought it counted, but apparently on this one. So we're gonna open. And we'll just keep running around and doing this open. And we're gonna kill some spiders as well. So you see that caves are respawning. We can run up here, and actually there's some bats up here. Well, there usually is. Open. Usually there's more bats here for some reason. Oh, she's gotten stuck again. Risa. Let's go back. Open. If anything changes on loot, it will, oh, here's ration. So let's show you. So the ration would be food you don't have to buy. Open. You may have to kill some of the rats down here to get the bats to spawn. A lot more rats than I'm used to, so let's see. Okay, rat. Yeah, the rats seem to be taking place of all the bats. That's a little weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through and kill some of these rats really quickly. So everybody gets EXP. Again, quick way to level. We are already level 3. Let's see, any loot? Any new loot? Nope, all the same loot. Let's go down. Let's kill this rat right here. You dirty rat. And then we're gonna come up here. We're gonna attack some spiders. And we need to loot 4, so while we're killing spiders, what we're going after is these things over here. Again, same thing, open. What it gives us is some spider silky things. And at the bottom here, we're gonna greet those. I see people who do need. There's actually cross. There's actually a namer spider over here too. There is no, if I don't remember, but I don't believe there is a okay. I don't believe there's a achievement, but it's nice to get all the namers for Glooming Deep. I would have to go through the achievement list and check. Again, open. This case, it'll be shared. Your rough silks, your coarse silks, things like that, the standard. Yes. And then it says update. We're just gonna keep killing. 7 minutes on our DS left. So capitalize on it. We want to get max level or as much leveling out of this as we can. We're not going to actually complete everything here. Okay, we need this bar. These are weapons upgrades in the tutorial, these bars. And again, it keeps giving that to, like, she is, oh, Risa is rolling. She's just rolling crappy. Wow. So we're just running around looting and killing and grabbing these things. We need bats. We can run back and see if any of this stuff looks like it has respawned back in. Oh, nope, it hasn't. Let's check over here. Spiders may attack us, that's okay. Hasn't respawned back in. We do have a spider eye. We can loot. There's the bats. Oh, she finally got one. Okay, that is done. Before we turn in, we want to finish all these other quests. In here, oh, we got attacked by a spider. Remember, they're gonna die when they hit the DS, so I'm not worried about that. The guy over there that you see over there, he saw another quest. What do we got here? Core silk, what I was talking about earlier. Except the DS, if you have a DS, you just run through doing all the quests. Don't worry about the ones where you gotta speak to people with a lot of dialogue. You can come back and do those once your buffs are gone, for the most part. What do we got? Shaman gets its first upgrade. So those are crude, so those are going to be the first upgrade. So enhances a bit, gives a little more power to the shaman. Man and all that. Looks like we don't have much, so I'm going to wander the top up here. And looking for more of the spider egg thing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Again, get her to follow me. we're gonna, oh, she got stuck down here. There we go. She got hit, which if I had a pet for her, the pet would attack. And what we're doing is we're just going after this. Let's check our quest log to see how many we need. We need 2 on Kira, and 2 on Risia. And these guys are yellow, so I mean, we could literally just kill these guys. Boom. Take the beating. I don't have any mercs yet. I will get some mercs. I see the... where'd she go? I see the thing has respawned over here. Again, we're just going to let them beat themselves to death. The higher level mages who could cast this buff on me would last 30 minutes. So basically we're doing everything we can to finish off these quests as quick as we can. Oh, she's getting attacked. Again. They're gonna die quickly. Let's see. ADV loot. I'm gonna give 1 to Kira. And then we'll give the other one to Risi. And Risia should only need 1 now. Well, that's weird, that one disappeared. Hopefully this quest doesn't get bugged when they're doing in a group. Open. Okay, ADV loot, remember, and then assign it to, there, we're done. There we go. So we have now officially finished the first part. We're going to go back and talk to... If you keep killing rats, you'll spawn the Rufus. He's the namer rat. Said there are name... Oh, here's Rufus. Let's kill Rufus while we're at it. Speaking of Rufus... There's Rufus. Rufus is dead and he didn't give us any good loot. And we're gonna look, let's see, what does it say? We need to go hail. So we're gonna hail this lady over here. She's the armor missions. And of course, we're getting some fonts to dancer. Oh, we actually got sleeves too. So we get sleeves and pants. As you can see now, she has pants on. Do the same thing on and if you do it that time, and what she's talking about is there's some glooming cocoon silk. If you do give her 4, she gives you a random... Oh, actually, she gave me a robe this time. That's a new feature. Usually she gives you some sort of cheapy piece of armor. But she actually gave me that. So now I have a robe. So let me see if I have 4 over here. On the frog. I do, I think. Yeah. Nice. So the frog gets a tunic too. So now they have tunics and robes. They're getting a little bit stronger already. They've already got some of these done, which leads to a final piece. And my apologies there. So we have some other stuff. We're going to go talk to the guards again. We're really sorry. We're really not trying to do the in-between right now. We can do those later. What we want to do is get all the... oh, she did not follow. Silly gnome. We want to get the main pieces of the quest done. And what we could do if we really wanted to, I could run back out and run over to POK. I'm going to check something here while I grab another quest. Okay, so we want Rebellion Reloaded. We're going to hail him again. Arachnid, let me show you. Rebellion Reloaded. And bring me one more arrow. We got an arrow. And kill the queen. So I believe we have an arrow. We do, so we're going to give him an arrow. Right, and he gives us a range attack item. This quiver. Quiver does no good for us, so I actually sell those on these tunes. Quivers are going to really are useless at this point from my perspective. I mean, they don't even go in the range. They're container. They hold arrows. They're great for if you don't have the backspace initially. They're great for rangers and those who have to use arrows. But you can have like up to 100 arrows here along with your bow. So I usually just sell those. The froggy doesn't have one, so the froggy will have to go get one. And again, those are from those barrels. Okay, a group. The spider tamer. See a group. We're gonna kill the queen. Arachnophobia. We gotta kill those. And then that spider tamer I showed you. So she's down already one. She already finished one. So what we're going to do, I think, is if we go over here to Arius, I don't know if he'll send us one of, he might. Okay, wish. I'm hoping this didn't screw my, no it did not, my basic training up. It's not. It's not sending me there. Usually he'll send you to POK or out of the instance. So we're gonna do it the other way. And I do this a lot when so if you you have alts or something, or you know get on a server where you know somebody. I'm a little scattered across. If you get on Druzil Row, I do have a couple, like I said, you know, the 60 mage and my 59 beastie, working on the others. Happy to buff you up if you're on, if you get on Lucklin, I have a number of characters over there. I think that one, just look, I'm not usually on that one very much anymore. I'm usually on this one. So this is Druzzil, Druzzil, Row. Again, all I'm doing is I'm just running back out. I'm gonna grab another DS, camp back out, and come back in. What my time on this, my dears? 55. I'll just run back out. I'll back to POK. Usually that wish they'll send you right back to the tutorial. I thought I saw somebody do it in POK where they got sent back to the tutorial by talking to one of the people there. But a number of players, they'll do this. They'll run out. They'll come back to POK. Get some fresh buffs and then run right back in and to finish this out. You can usually knock this out POK, or sorry, tutorial within one night if you really drive for it. Even with all the running back and forth, you can knock it out pretty much in a couple hours. You just kill. They're gonna kill themselves on the DS, so it doesn't matter. If you have 30-minute DSs, that's great because that's gonna help reduce the time you have to deal with running back and forth so much. I do need to buy spells on that one though. Did Mage get more AAs by the way? That's Cat. No, she has not gotten any more AAs yet. So we're gonna follow Kira. We're gonna just call it Kira. Ricia's gonna run upside. We're gonna try to keep her up there high. Like I said, keep them up high because when they come around, usually some. Oh, somebody cleared that out. There we go. We're just going into POK right now. I was just checking something over there on the other system. Again, I don't know if this one is stopped on YouTube. Oh, it's not. It's running. Okay. It just looked like it may have stopped. Okay. Once we're done, we'll come up to, we won't actually bind our soul here. We'll go into the guild lobby and bind it if we ever need res after a certain level. It's just quicker to do it in the guild lobby. There's more people there generally. Though this server is a little bit different. I see a lot of people hanging out in the POK area and not the guild lobby. So their whole buff system is behind the bank. Not that building. There's a bank over here that you can't see, but their whole thing is designed around hanging out around that, where a number of servers you'll find they go into the guild lobby and hang out there. All right, let's give them a DS rebuff. And then we'll go, what we could do is, since we don't lose buffs in POK, we're going to give them a, let's see, dexterity, we'll give them stamina. I'm going to give these guys some stamina buffs too. That's why I said HOS, Harnessing of Spirit from a Shaman. Once the shaman's up there, we'll cover that. I did mention I did like Crescent Reach run because they really give you the money in that zone. those zones. That's why I was liking those ones, because you're gonna get the money you need to buy spells quicker. Here you can come out with, I generally come out with around 100 each character in plat, which is good start, and then build from there. The zones I'm gonna go in, and I'll show you, are gonna help me make some money. We will buy some, eventually we will go buy some, I'll get a plat, like something for that, so I'll have that. We'll go buy some of the mixing bowls to use those, because they're lightweight. And we're just gonna buff these tunes up a little bit while we're here. Might be able to do 48 on them. Let's see. Yeah, I can do a 48. This might not stick. Actually, it does. Okay. Because the Glooming Guard is so low, it doesn't counter this shield extra AC spell. I'm casting on these two. If they had temp, I could not cast that on them. It would not allow it. Dexterity, let's see, Spirit of the Monkey. And a lot of this to help your tunes level is going to be, what do I feel like I'm missing on this one? Nope, they're even. Okay. Let's see, do I got anything else I can give them? Usually I'd give them a regen, a health, but I can't do that because I don't, they have shrew. How long is their shrew up for? That's so late. 12 minutes, let's refresh shrew. Oh, and I forgot to grab the Merc one. I don't want that one just yet. I meant to grab the Merc one before I left this time around. We'll make sure we have it before we leave again. Let's camp out. We're gonna do one more 21-minute run, and then I'm gonna call it a night there. I think that's a lot for this one, because there is a lot you gotta understand. And if you look, if you're looking through Kiraku's eyes, you'd be seeing this big old eyeball glaring at you. Just crazy, huh? One of the guild members there was being a good goof. Okay, we're back in character select. We're going to go back in the tutorial here. Same with my shaman. They're level 4 respectively. I haven't bought any spells. I usually don't get any. The next run I'll get spells for them, because I'll have to probably get sell a bunch of stuff and then get the spells. Got my little reindeer down there. Okay. Oh, how did he get back? She get back there? Sorry, my and I dropped a buff. What the hell? Oh, the Glooming Darts. So all I have to do is go back and talk to the guy. While I'm waiting for my shaman to come back, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to this guy. We're just gonna get the quest for this guy, and what it does is hire a mercenary for hire. He wants you to go through him. What I'll do is I'll just go buy it next time around. I said enter tutorial. Somehow I entered world again. hail. And we're just going to tell him blessed. And he'll give us the buff again. There comes Kirakoof. Again, I'm going to send Kira over here to talk to these guys. She should have the one for the Merc. We're not worried about that right now. There's a little glitch in the matrix right now. Okay, just a little lag there in the tutorial for some reason. Okay, well, we're actually gonna go kill the two big ones right now, and then we'll do the rest. Get those out of the way. What we could do is we could open this really quick. ADV loot. And she's going a little nutsy, so I'll take her away and I'll click on follow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the arrows to Kira. Because remember, she needs it for that quest turn in. And we're automatically going for this guy. If we get hit by anything, it don't matter. They're going to beat themselves to death on our DS. He is dead. We'll need him again. We have to do this twice, kill him twice for the flower. That goes to one of the quest people. And what we're going to do is we're going to run up here. I want to double check my... kill the queen, yep. Not worried about these. If I get all these aggroed on me as I'm going in, nothing. Usually I just kill them. You see one hit and she's almost done. Once we get a shield, that'll help the shaman. We're gonna open, and this gives us a poison. I don't know if we can use this or not. I think we can. There's one of these we can't use. And she's dead. That quest is done. Task stage complete. Oh, find the anti-venom violet. That's one they're talking about, so we need to leave. She'll respawn in here really quickly. She does. We want to follow out. I'm not really worried about these guys right now. What I'm going to do is go sip the spider tamers up. He's not quite yet, so we can actually kill these guys. And we're just going to pull a whole bunch in. Just giving her a bottle. Again, ADV loot. What do we got? We got a bunch of stuff. We're basically coming through and we're killing all these spiders at this point while we're waiting for this guy to spawn back in. Because remember, Ricia needs it. She needs that flower that he drops. And then we got to, oh, welcome to level 5. You have been granted Origin. Origin, if we go in here, it's under General. Origin will send us to our hometown. We want to know where. Car info. Glooming Deep. The mines of Glooming Deep and Crescent Reach are our bind points. If we change those, when we change those, the car info will change on those. So it'll send us to Crescent Reach. If I wanted to change it, I think I could change it to Akanon, which is the, I just remembered that one off the top of my head, is the Gnome City. So V gets us down here. We can hotkey this. We already did. And now we can origin back. And that gives us another kind of gate point. A little later on, if I'm right. Yeah, we have Throne of Heroes already. Throne of Heroes takes us to the guild lobby that you see me go to quite often. We've got a lot of lurkers. We're just going to go in here and kill. See, the queen is already back up. We're just going to go in here and kill these guys. Oh, Kira is not level 5 yet. She is now. Okay, we've killed all the Gloomfang lurkers. We just got to kill Gloom spiders, which are these ones we've been killing. Spider tamer's back up. We're gonna kill him really quick. And then she gets Ristia gets that, and she is done. We can't throw it in the quiver, so we're gonna have to go sell here because our bags are full and we got other stuff coming in. Let's boot, scoot, and boogie out of here. That's why we need those bowls, baking bowls, because those will act for baking. The bowls will help us with loot. So let's sell cash loot first. Remember, cash loot gets rid of all the stuff. We can drop this, not drop this, but drop this in here. We're gonna give one of those to him. Pretty much most of this stuff we're gonna sell initially. Some was going in the bank. Cooking. We can give her, what's her face this, and they'll give us more gear. The banker, let's say we hail the banker really quick. We got another bag we can grab out of here. And then we can just auto bank. Usually works. It's not working tonight. Something's bugged right now. Well, I want those. That, and then we bring this over here. Okay. And task stage is complete. I don't know if it was because no, it's just not working. Something's bugged tonight. Why do I have, why does it say I have 9,999? Weird, something is bugged. Did my loot window get fucked up? I do have something in my loot window. Oh, the loot window was blocking again. It messed it up. It bugged it. That's a new one. I've never seen that one before. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm just banking on, so she doesn't have a trade skill depot, Kira. I'm gonna run her forward. I don't like normally doing it this way. Let me back her up. That way I can hail this guy. Run through the dialogue really quick, which just says the banking, the purpose of the banking. Sorry, that was a little quick. I can probably do it again. Let me see if she's got a trade skill depot. Does she have a window open somewhere? There, oh, yep, she has one. So with Kira, or with this one, as you can see, we're gonna sell this quiver though. Rust silk. I can actually drop a number of things in the shared bank and free up some bank space there. Okay. Let's go, and then you actually can hail him too for a quest. And like I said, I was trying not to do that. He's pretty quick because I just want to sell this stuff. Like the quiver is worth 1. Yep. We want to get rid of it. There, now that's done. I'm going to do a real quick turn in, and then we're going to go do a couple of quests turn in here. Okay. I'll learn about quivers. He gave me the quiver for that one. I'm going to sell it really quick, and the arrow, I don't need it on this one. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn in another 4. Now she gives me a whole bunch of stitch burlap stuff. Basically, you just sell it. Don't even bother equipping it. It's just sell it. It's not going to do you any good at the right now. It seems fun to have this all on, but it's just extra money for you, really. And I just gave her a stack of 5 to Valara and went from there. So follow. So we actually need to go talk to Hobart. Zanelda is over here. She's the maps lady. We'll get her too. That one is done. I'm gonna fudge and sickles. What the hell? Did I put that in the bank, folks? Oh, yep, I did. Whoops. I thought the rose was so pretty, I wanted to keep it for myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to power through this. 7 minutes left on this DS. You can get lost in the weeds. If you wanna, before you even run to POK, do some of those initial quests out. Get them out of the way. You know, go open some containers. You'll get cash that way as well. So we're gonna come to Hobart. We're gonna hail Hobart. He gives us some potions. He gives us a head item. Same here. Potion, healing, head item. No, I don't like the way the head item. It's like a bandana, and it still makes it look like it's a full head item. So we can hail him again, and we'll get Battle of Glooming Deep and Freedom Stand. Hail him. Hail him. Not Reese, not yourself, honey. And if I'm right, I am only level 5, so this fine gentleman right here won't talk to me. He'll get all gruffy with me. Battle for Glooming Deep. I need to kill. Let's go over here. There's kobolds over here. I'm surprised they're not hungry and wanting to kill the rats to eat. And we're gonna go in here, and they'll just beat themselves really quickly. And what we'll do is, like I said, we're just gonna bring a whole party in here, and they're just gonna beat themselves on my damage shield. So ADV loot, nothing. They're not dropping anything. Our task is getting updated. Yep, Battle of Glooming Deep been updated. We're gonna kill these guys. Like I said, this, if I was doing it a different way, I'm kind of doing it ad hoc here. I'm just trying to run through really quick. Some cobalt parts. What I would want to do is come back, get all these. I'm going to do a full circle right here, folks. The reason being is there's some other folks I want to go talk to really quick before my DS runs out. And we're just going to let the slave warden kill himself on me. Okay, level 6. She's putting a little dot on them. And I'm going to go ahead and it regens pretty quick, so we're just running through and we're grabbing everybody here. I want to, because we're just going to let them beat themselves on the shields, and we're going to level really quick, right? I mean, literally with the shield like that, you have enough time. You could go round up a whole bunch of them and just let them beat the crap out of themselves on the shield. Looks like an og drop. We have a whip. And we have a leather bracer, which we're going to and it says I already have that. That's the one item. So even though it seems like I'm beating them pretty senseless, I'm actually really not. They're just beating themselves senseless on my shield, on my DS. Again, that funky pathing. Some areas you want to be careful because they will fall down into that pit. And remember, loot all these barrels while you can. They have bags, they have all kinds of goodies in them. Bows. Bows are worth a plat a piece. This is how I get most of my money when I'm running through here, is with the bows and stuff. So as you can see, bow. And we're gonna do this. And we got some ore for trade skill. Hopefully they drop some bags in here. Not quite yet. We might get there, but they'll drop bags out of these barrels. So grab the barrels. Quick and easy way to get bags. And I wouldn't worry about weight while you're down here. It doesn't seem to get impacted down here. But I do loot the heck out of all these barrels when I'm down here in the tutorial. Again, you get the bags for free. You don't have to buy stuff. And you can generally get all your bags down here. Like this. See, we got a small bag there. So... And then I want to come down and talk to these guys because they have quests. We're going to drop that in there. Hail him. Okay, we'll hail him. As you see, Scout in Glooming Deep, a scouting quest, sabotage. He gives us a thing. We're gonna actually get to go blow something up. Hail, goblin treachery. We're gonna kill some goblins. We're gonna get a key. He's gonna open. There's two ways now we can get back here. We gotta kill some stuff anyways. We can go back this way and kill as we go. We got 30, which means we kill these guys. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna actually run us back to the camp area. Again, see update. We're gonna kill this warrior really quick. He's dead, okay. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come through, since our DS is dropping, we're gonna open some barrels on the way through. Again, I'm looking for bags. Actually, this Bonapile opens too. So you see silver. We're looking for bags or anything we can pretty much sell at this point because we want the money. We got some bows, some arrows. We don't need them. We're actually going to talk to this guy, Cobalt Leadership. So he says, we'll sneak behind him and take out the Cobalt Leadership, and then we can begin our way out of there. Pretty easy peasy. We have a number of quests now to kill things. We still need to go back and kill all the spiders. Again, don't let yourself get behind. It's easy to, roll through all this stuff and get behind. Always check. We have small bags in there. Recheck your inventory because the small bags will get dropped in with your bag. So what we can do is just drop the bag in there, and now we have we start getting some space in there. And we should be able to pretty much just finish off by killing our spider. This one's going to be a little bit tougher because we don't have the DS. It's that DS power level that makes it really nice. And again, I don't have all the spells on these guys yet. So it's that DS that I go grab that makes it really nice to power level or power through these things. And this one, so I'll strengthen agility on them to make it a little bit easier on the hitting and stuff. Like I said, we're just going to try to take out these spiders. Eventually we'll have to get the enchanter in there to hit them and take a beating. You want all your characters to be able to take that hit. Why 1 second, just bring something, see how long I've been on for. Okay, hour and a half. You want your characters to be able to take that hit, because if they don't, especially as they get higher, oh, that stupid thing is not working, cooperating. They're gonna die. They're gonna die a little bit quicker. So it works on their defense. So we're going to work on their piercing, which and their defense at the same time. Generally, yeah, I use the shaman to do a lot of this. I've used my druid. As you see, I use the mage a bit. Because you want to work on that defense and their ability, their piercings and piercing ability and stuff like that. Oh, we're trying to power through, so what we could do is just have a dual action fight going on here. Both fighting. See who wins. Shaman's got the upper hand right now, but the shaman's been beating on these guys for a while. Or been the top one in the front. As her skills level up, offense, defense, she'll do a little bit better on killing. And then I'll just send the shaman over to help. And the shaman will just smack it, and the gnome, and them keep going. And they're level 6, headed towards 7. And that's just in the couple of runs I've done. 34, 45 minutes maybe. If I had the longer DS, I would be through all this. I could just round up a whole bunch of spiders, let them beat the crap out of me, and kill themselves on the DS. What I'm trying to do here is I need one more. I think this one should do it, actually. We'll just have another one in. Yep, that one does it. We just have another one for good measure. And then who do we go talk to? Guard Rotiz. All right, so we're done with that one. Let's see what our loot is. Spider eyes. Just go this way. We don't have to come back in here anymore. We're done. Oh, come on. Unless we want to find that namer spider in there, kill until he pops. Again, like I said, I have to check to see if there's a achievement for him. Okay, we want to talk to this guy. 1 plat. So 1 plat, 7 gold. So that's a big boon. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna come over here. We're gonna go through. The bows are worth 1 plat, 2 gold. Cobalt whips with that. We're gonna sell all the arrows. We don't need those. Let's see what else we got in here. Sell spider ling eyes. We don't need those. A lot of people sell the crude stuff over here. They either have it, already have it, or whatnot. So they don't need it. Sometimes you'll find spells for classes will drop in here when you're going again. So we're gonna sell that. Their gold will vary. We can sell that because we have that. That will work. I don't need that for the other one because they're working the other chain. What I might do when I say the other chain, they're working the Crescent Reach task. Druid and SKR, I could pull them out of there, and I might, depending. I do want to do those achievements on them, though. So we'll see. We'll see. But as you can see, it's pretty easy to, you know, power yourself in a couple hours, just coming back and forth. In here, if you have the DS, she doesn't have that. Blooming, she only has one. Let's see. Let's bring this down here. Oh, here, I'll show you all what I was talking about when I just said I gave her 4 and she gave me all this just step burlap stuff. This is like beginning gear stuff, like you would find in Classic maybe. You would get this burlap or this stuff that you might not be able to use. That's just crap. Basically, I want to call it crap. Just go sell it at this point, because as you're going through, you're going to get more gear. Like I said, you just keep popping out the POK if you have to. Grab the DS from somebody. See if there's a kindly mage in there, or even look for my kindly mage Orchid, and she'll be more than happy to help you if she's not if she's hanging out in POK and I'm at my desk. I generally am. I'm usually working on schoolwork or something. I do have to bounce off here to work on that paper. I'm going to do a little banking before I go. So I'm already up to 7 plat. And that's just in the little run we had, which was, we've been doing it for 1 hour and 37 minutes right now as I look at this. And 2 DSs, 34 minutes apiece. A little bit of explaining as we go, some running back to POK. Now that's going to work correctly. You can see I can auto bank everything. She gets accrued defined emerald. Strength and stamina 1. I'm just gonna sell that because that's gonna be useless, really. I don't generally put on these Augs, I just sell them. So now we're going, I'm gonna try this again with Arius. I'm not done quite yet. As long as I'm not done here, I don't think he's gonna register it. I'm gonna say wish. He's not sending me there. So I could use Origin. I could use, oh, you know what? Let's use Throne. Let's go here. Remember special. I'm gonna go down to the bottom. Throne of Heroes. I'm gonna hotkey that. Put it next to Origin. Same on my other character, the Shaman. And we're just gonna Throne directly into. We're just gonna go to Guild Lobby. And then it cuts down 1, 2, 3 zones. So we're down to this zone, into Guild Lobby, and then 1 more zone, and out to POK, and next to my other 2 characters. So look on, if you press the V key on your keyboard, go to the special tab all the way to the bottom and look for Throne of Heroes, and that's going to take you right to the throne, and that's a quick way to get into the thing. There is a reset timer on it. 55 minutes it looks like. Maybe 53, something. Not too long, and that will get you back. So you can just run back through. And while we're here, we'll hire a merc. Thinking a couple of big badass kitty cats. Maybe a kitty cat and something else, but we'll see. I think one of them does a fungi merc, which is like a healer. We could do a healer in the group. So a tank healer shaman to do all the rest of it. Okay, get back to a couple of my characters over here. And I am going to actually just park it right here and call it a night. I think that's been a good long run for today. You've seen, if you popped in and out, you've seen Black Feather Roost doing some of the stuff there. You've now seen some tutorial stuff. I'm going to keep pressing on these one, knock them out. Yeah, and get them. Well, you might see one more session in tutorial, and then we'll parallel them out and head to a different zone. I say different zone. We're actually not going to do the Serpent Spine expansion route with these two. I'm going to take a different tact on these two and see how folks like it. So I will hopefully put this on the schedule, maybe like once a week after the end of these sessions I do with my 3-box. And then we'll come back in and go from there. And that show people some other routes to level besides the, the tedious and sometimes monotonous route of the Serpent Spine, which it's still fun. It's just that some of those quests, especially when you get into the trade skills part, are quite frustrating, annoying, however you want to put it. But yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. Thank you all for stopping by, hanging out. Looks like I may have had a couple viewers, 5 views actually. And these guys are still in tutorial, running around. There's a little bit of lag there on the YouTube side showing it. Some of this could be somebody just making sure I'm on the up and up. I am, I hope. If not, please somebody let me know. And we're banking. Yeah. Thanks again for all hanging out. I am going to stop the cast. As always, everybody have a lovely weekend. It's coming up. I will be back on Saturday. I will actually be on tomorrow for an hour, maybe a little bit longer. We'll see. And maybe I'll come on early for some Vanguard Saga of Heroes. That is used to be a Daybreak game. Now Daybreak game now is managed by a basically private developer. They ask if they could pick it up. It's an emulator type game, kind of like when you think about it, it's same as Project Quorum and P99. I've been enjoying playing that game. I've been thinking about playing it maybe another hour out in the week because I have been enjoying that one. It's a different variety of game. But we'll see you tomorrow in that game. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Always be kind to one another. Check out all the other great content creators out there. Let's see who's on. Critical Role's on right now. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, they do a lot there. I don't see any of my other folks on. A lot of the folks I'm following, I think, are late night or very early morning folks. Usually Lily's on by now, but she's been on later. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah. Let's see. Fuzzy Villain is you. I think Fuzzy. Kitty Kate, Miss Caddy, Sharid. Its Seeker was on earlier. Some of these are on the UK time, I believe in UK area. So, but they're fun to watch and listen to, and they're just crazy with their talk. So I enjoy them. I hope I can get to their level of enjoyability where people enjoy it and want to drop in to listen. I know there's so many other things they can listen to on nights like this. Again, take care of yourselves. You know, your health always comes first. Remember to step away from the desk and take some time for yourself. Have a wonderful night, and heartfelt love goes out to everybody. Thank you.